My name is Kevin Ray, and you're listening to Truckers and Others. Good morning. It's Monday. We're going to have a great day. You know what today is? The 8th. April 8th. And I've been staring at the sun ever since I seen it come up. Just waiting for it to eclipse on me. My eyeballs are starting to strain. I've been staring at it, I don't know, it's 8:15 now. Been staring at it for a very long time. I'm wearing polarized glasses, so I think that means it's okay to stare at it. Not sure. But I'm pretty sure that's what that means. Polarized. You can see better. Oh, you know what I had to do. You heard it. You heard that water trickling down my throat. Today we're gonna have a great day. Gonna head out right now. Leaving the shop 8:15. Whoo! So I'm kind of afraid here because, oh shit. I'm using the walking floor trailer. I got my normal semi and our walking floor trailer. And if you remember a couple episodes ago, I tried to use the walking floor trailer to do the totes, and it did not work at all. Not one bit did it work. It was worse than working. So we had to get a pallet jack brought to the dump site, and it was a big ordeal, and the pallet jack wasn't working very well, and all this other shit. It was not fucking fun. Okay? So last night I looked at my schedule because I was expecting to go down to Tulsa today with a roll-off truck. It was going to be a great long day. And last night I checked my schedule and it said, no, I'm doing a pallet haul. I'm like, what the fuck? So I show up at work and grab the paperwork, and it says I'm going to take a load of pallets to the landfill. Not a big deal. Sounds good to me. And then I get the official paperwork, like the manifest and stuff, and some of it goes into the solidification pit. Cool, I can do that, pallets and stuff. But then another one, the stuff that goes into it says that some of it is going to go into the we'll just call it the dry pit, the dump face, where all the regular trash goes. But it's labeled as totes, so that's not fucking cool, dude. Okay. It says I got totes with the walking floor trailer. I wonder how many it's going to be. Hopefully it's not many. Because I already know it's going to be a fucking pain in the dick to get them totes out of this fucking trailer without a pallet jack. Or if there's like super duper heavy, I don't know. So I don't know. I'm kind of just flying by the seat of my pants. I'm just going to head over here and try to get into the place. But I'm not excited about what I'm about to have to do. Had a good weekend. Really good weekend. I was on call, but I was not called in at all. When I left work on Friday, there was a little bit of talks about something that might happen, but the emergency response department apparently got it all taken care of because I didn't. I didn't get called out, and they know that I've been wanting these fucking hours. Will the hours things change now that the bankruptcy's over? I fucking hope so. Because last week I did not get enough hours. I was really short on hours last week. I mean, I got 46.5 hours, and normally our accounting department they don't they round up. They always round up, according to my pay stubs. So most likely they're gonna just go ahead and put me down as 47 hours, which is fine. Only 7 hours of overtime last week, and I need to be at 52 hours with my current financial plan. Um, but now that that's an extra $900 a month, should be all right. And the way we've been paying stuff, like on one check we pay the house payment. On the next check, because I get paid every 2 weeks, on the next check we pay the bankrupts. So now we'll be able to split up that house payment into 2 checks and have left over. So I'm thinking it's going to be all right. It would be nice. I don't know. I'm not a workaholic. I do like money, and I do enjoy working, but I am not a fucking workaholic. Like if all I have to do is work 40 hours a week and get by on that, by all means, 40-hour weeks it would be something I ain't never dealt with before. Because every job I've ever had, it's just work until the work's done, and that's kind of how this job is, which is fine. It's not a 9 to 5 deal. It's oh damn, container truck about went off the fucking road right there. But yeah, I mean, if I can just just work like a normal fucking person and not need to fucking. And it's weird because last year this time I wasn't I was fighting to get away from hours. It's because I was working so much last year, early last year, and this year it's like now I'm fighting to get the hours. It's like, what the hell is going on? There's no reason April I need to be fucking barely getting by. But anyways, we had a good weekend. Friday night we went to my mom's house and we hung out. That was nice. Went over there. We were hoping to eat dinner with them because they would take us out to like a not a fancy restaurant, but just like they'd take us out to a restaurant and they'd buy us dinner because they like to do that. So I said, do we need to eat before or after? She's like, eat before. I'm like, fuck. Like, god damn it. I didn't want to fucking pay for dinner tonight. But that was fine. We had Chick-fil-A. It was delicious. And then we just kind of sat around and talked and gave them the good news about the bankruptcy deal and everything. And we talked financials, which I'm not a fan of, but we did it. And then, I don't know, man, something clicked in my brain, and I spent the times that I did spend on my phone this weekend was all on Facebook Marketplace looking for, I don't know, I got a bunch of shit saved. I'm already over here trying to spend any extra money we fucking got. Um, looking at square bodies still, Operation Square Bodies still a go. I found a really fucking nice one. Well, it's not like super nice, but the guy only wants $2,000 for it and ain't got no brakes. He says it runs and drives and ain't got no brakes. I'm like, perfect. That's manageable. I can fucking do that. It's lifted. It's on 33s. It's blue. It's a 78, which is, if I had to choose a year, it's a 78. I don't know. It's the round headlights, the separated markers. That's this. I had a 78, 77, 76. I think are all the same. But once you get to 79 and 80, they change up a little bit. But man, I'm like, fuck, and I offered the guy to trade the 92, and he said no. And then I'll go and I look at all of his other listings, and this guy's always posting up square body stuff and just any Chevy truck stuff. He's got a bunch of that shit. So he's like, no, I don't want another fucking Chevy truck for this Chevy truck. I want fucking cash money. I'm like, God damn it. So I don't know if it's kind of scary because I don't want to sell my truck and then not be able to find another one to replace it quick. And I mean, I've always had plenty on there, and if I sell my truck and I can make a cash offer, I might be able to make something happen. I mowed the yard this weekend. I mowed the backyard on Saturday. Or no, I mowed I don't know what the fuck. I mowed the front yard one of these earlier last week, and then Saturday I mowed the backyard. But I didn't mow it very well because it's so thick. It was super duper thick. But I went ahead and I mowed it. But I didn't mow it very well. It was all I could do to get that fucking mower to stay running. And I'm doing a wheelie with my push mower the whole time. Because the grass clippings get caught up in there. So I just did a wheelie the whole yard, and it looked like complete shit. So Sunday I mowed it again. I mowed the front and the back all together, and it was much easier. But still in the backyard there was like clumps of grass everywhere, like thick clumps. And I was trying to mow them over again to try to chop them up a little bit more, make them a little bit easier to manage, and they were not. So I had to grab the rake, and then I just mowed the entire yard, tried to chop everything up. Then I raked the entire yard, and then I mowed it again. So I mowed my backyard twice, and I raked it twice. It was a lot of fucking work, but I got it done. Played with the kids outside. My son is getting really good at the not bicycle, just like the balance bike. And like I was telling my wife, like we got him a bike, like a pedal bike, but it's a weird shape. I thought it was cool. It looked like a street bike, so I thought it looked kind of cool. But now looking back, it's like, all right, we need to get him a normal bike because the seat on the street bike thing is like super high. It's novelty is what it is. It's not realistic to ride around on. So we're gonna get him I don't know. We started looking at used ones because you can find a nice kid's used bike for pretty fucking cheap. I mean, you can find them in the trash can. So we thought we're gonna get him a bike for like $20 or something, and then I'm like, oh, let me look at Marketplace and see if I can get a bike too, because I mean, you probably couldn't tell by looking at me, but I fucking was a BMX boy growing up. I mean, I wasn't doing crazy tricks and stuff, but I would fucking wheelie and bunny hop all over the town. That's what I did. Always riding bikes, always wheeling, bunny hopping curbs, doing all kinds of shit. Never wore a helmet, but now I'm gonna have my son wear a helmet. But I thought I had a red light. I didn't realize that was a green. And I'm pulling up to my destination. Not far from the shop, is it? Not at all. All right, where the fuck is it? I have no idea. Oh, here it is right there. Not sure where I'm supposed to fucking go. I guess over here. No trucks. Alright, so maybe up here. Alright, I'm gonna have to pause you guys. I'm back. Okay, it's 11 o'clock. It's been a trip. Um, let me just grab a little drink of my coffee that's cold now. Okay, banging shit into. All right, here we go. We're loaded up. Oh, I thought I. Damn, I am heavily overweight. That's not good at all. Not good at all. Make sure that's not a DOT waiting on me. 'Cause I am, yeah, this is insanely overweight. I'm going to be super excited to see what I weigh once I get to the landfill. So, yeah, I made it to the correct address. I got into the correct, well, according to my paperwork, the correct area. I go in there and I talk to the guy. He says, "Oh, let me go run around and find somebody real quick." So he runs around for a while. Oh, are you waiting on me? I can go to the right. All right, let me squeeze by here. Got a backhoe over here, just kind of hanging out in the middle of the fucking road. We gotta sneak around here. There we go. Got it. So my load gauge, right over 50 is overweight, and I am sitting at 80. Uh, and it's like even almost maybe 57 is overweight. 50, 55 is okay. I'm over 80. So this is not ideal situation that I'm in right now. But it's not that far down the road. You know how we are. I should have just had them split into two fucking loads. Been like, all right, I'm gonna because what I'm loading is super sacks and totes. It's 5 totes and 20 super sacks, and it's not good. Go to the first warehouse. Walk in there. The guy runs around like a chicken with his head cut off, trying to figure out what the fuck I'm doing. He's like, I don't know what any of this shit is. I'm like, okay, calm down, buddy. And he ran off for a while. He came back with the chick, and she said, hey, yeah, you're supposed to be over at the other warehouse that's 3 stoplights down on the right. I'm like, oh, okay. So I get the address from her, even though it's right down the road. I'm like, give me the address so I can look at it before I go over there, because I don't know. She's like, it's a warehouse. Trucks can go there. I'm like, okay, fine. But I got the address, drove down here, and I actually used to haul lumber to the place right across the street, so I'm pretty familiar with the area over here. And then, yeah, got Walked inside that office. I had to park on the other side of the fucking parking lot, walk all the way up in there, go inside there, and the guy's like, I don't know what any of this fucking shit is. I'm like, I promise you, somebody just told me to come here. He's like, oh, well, I believe it, but you're in the wrong place, buddy. I'm like, oh, fuck. All right. He's like, and then he made a phone call on the radio or whatever. Oh, yeah, you're supposed to go to the other warehouse. I'm like, fuck. How many warehouses y'all got over here? Jesus. So I get in the truck and I drive on down there. I get to the third warehouse. And then a guy that we work with, I saw him this morning at the shop. He's from Omaha. He's from our Omaha branch. Shook his hand and said, hey, what's up? He's like, oh, I've just been driving, blah, 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 heading down to Tulsa. I'm like, oh, cool. And then they got some confined space rescue training going on down in Tulsa. So they're just going down there for a class. I don't know how I didn't get lucky enough to go down to Tulsa to fucking sit through a class. I'd love to fucking do that. That's a nice couple days of pay to just sit around. So, and then he shows up out of nowhere. I see him driving down the road. I'm like, hey, what is that one fucking guy? Sure enough is, and he gets out and he acts like he knows what the fuck is going on. I'm like, bro, I talked to you this morning. Why didn't you tell me that you were going to be on this job? He's like, oh, I didn't know I was going to be here in time for it. I'm like, well, you were obviously here on time for it because I was still fucking here at the shop. And we go in, we meet up with the client, and then a lady shows up, and she's going to be our forklift operator for the day. Said, cool. That'll work out. And we go over and we look, and there's 20 super sacks and 5 totes. Everything is full to the fucking brim. And I'm like, oh fuck. This is not going to be good. Because, loading 18 totes, I don't know. You got to load it strategically. And the lady, I told her, I'm like, all right, hey, so what I want you to do early on, I said, I want you to load the first 2 totes super sacks. I said, put the super sacks in the front because those most likely will slide out with the walk-in floor. So put them side by side and then do a stack of 3 and then a stack of 3, 2 on the side and 1 in the middle. And all the way back, and then we'll have plenty of room to load the totes on also, just on the very back. She did not get the correct memo. She just started stacking shit the way she wanted to fucking stack it. And I could tell just by the way she is, I'm like, this is an inexperienced forklift operator. This is not good. And she's just in there fucking around. Like the first super sack she set down, the super sack is kind of leaned off the side of the pallet a little bit, and she grabbed the pallet the wrong direction because it's like 5 foot long. A pallet that's like 5 foot long or like 4.5. I don't know. It's too long to stack them because the trailer's only 8 foot wide. So it was over 4 foot in one direction, but the other direction is only like 3 foot. So I said, hey, I need you to turn those pallets around. She did not, I don't know, she didn't respond well to that, but she did it. And then she sets the first one down like right in the middle. And then she tries to there's grooves in the floor of my trailer that are like from front to back. So it's really hard for anything to side shift. To slide sideways. And this lady, she acted like she didn't even know there was side shift on the forklift. So she's just like pushing the pallets all up. The pallets are all fucking trashed, which is fun. I mean, they're all going in the trash, but I need the pallets to be fucking nice enough to slide out this fucking trailer. I was like, oh god damn it. This is not going to be fucking good. I got her to fucking get them loaded. She did a 4 stack and then a 3 stack. She was going to stack all, I'm like, that's a lot of weight right on my fucking drives, but whatever. I'll fucking deal with the consequences later. And, yeah, it was just a bad fucking deal. And then at the very end, I said, hey, I need you to stack, because I counted out what was left before the totes came in. And I was like, hey, I need you to stack all those, everything else should be on the bottom. Don't stack anything on top of anything. She's like, I don't think you're going to have enough room. I'm like, I think I will. Just do what I'm going to fucking drive this shit around. I need to have it loaded the way I want it loaded. And I walk off into the back room to kind of look at the totes. And so what I had them do, since I knew the totes were going to be a fucking problem, I had them put the totes on top of pallets. So the wooden pallets, I hope, are going to actually cooperate and slide out the back of this fucking truck. So we'll see. I'm on my way to landfill now. But, yeah, now there's a giant gap back there because instead, I told her, put everything on the fucking ground. I went back to count the totes and look at the totes and kind of help her she's going to pick the totes up. I'm going to slide the pallet underneath him. And I get back to the truck, and she stacked all the fucking super sacks. And now, because I wanted the totes to be up against something all the way to the back of the trailer. So when I turned it on, for gosh sakes, if I have to use a fucking rock bar to get these totes out, at least they're going to be within 12 feet of the rear doors. No, this fucking lady, she just started stacking everything as far in. I'm like, hey, do you realize what the fuck I've been telling you? My shit's going to be way the fuck overweight already. I need the weight spread as far back as possible. She's like, it'll be fine. I'm like, God damn it. So I just said, all right, you know what the fuck ever. And the paperwork I have, it says no signature needed. So I'm like, all right, see you later. And she's like, hey, I need copies. I'm like, the fuck? She's like, yeah, I need copies of all that for my records. I'm like, okay, well, I don't have any copies. You can take a picture with your phone if you'd like. No, I have to have a copy. It has to be a paper copy. I'm like, God damn it. So we had to track down some other fucking guy in this shitty fucking warehouse that knew where a copier was, and then he had to go off on a fucking adventure to go get the goddamn copies and shit. So, yes, everything is fine. I did not bring any fucking, I don't know why. I didn't bring any straps with me. So, there's basically, I don't know, 8 to 10 foot gap in between where she stopped loading, and I was like, hey, just put the last 2 totes on the fucking edge of the fucking trailer, please. Jesus Christ. And that's when I realized, yeah, she did not know fucking side shift existed on the forklift. Because she's over there, since her wheels aren't inside the trailer anymore, she has no grip on the diamond plate loading dock. And she's trying to fucking push the shit, and it's just sliding the fucking forklift. It's like a 10,000 pound forklift, so it's a big boy. It should be able to fucking do almost anything. But she's just slide the fucking forklift. I'm like, hey, yeah, you're gonna have to use your fucking side shift. She's like, side what? I'm like, side shift. The third lever on your fucking forklift. Listen, I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I ran a forklift. I mean, I've had forklift experience at every single job that I've worked at, and I actually, I think of myself as an artist more than a forklift operator. Okay. Yeah, that's me. I'm an artist on that fucking. Me and the machine are one. Like that fucking Blue Avatar movie when they plug the tails in. I just fucking stick my ass on the fucking lever, and me and that fucking forklift are one. Okay. I am a fucking magician on that motherfucker. I fucking love forklift. Unless it's got the fucking pedal, the pedal, like one side is forward, one side's backwards. That's fucking dumb. Give me a fucking stalk on the steering column. frontward, backward. That's all I fucking need. It can even be, some of them have like a button or whatever. At least let me know what fucking gear I'm in, because I don't like, I quit a job once because that's the forklift they gave me. Like, yeah, there's your forklift. I'm like, the fuck is up with that fucking pedal, dude? It's like, oh, yeah, you push it on the left and it goes forward, and you push it on the right and it goes backwards. I'm like, no, fuck that thing. I'm like, where's your clutch? He's like, it's got a clutch brake. I'm like, I know it's got a clutch brake, but I need a fucking regular clutch. What the way I operate a forklift is I don't really even use the clutch ever. It really fucks me up. I like the one forklift that I got the most experience and what I became me on. The left was a clutch, the middle was a brake, and the right was a fucking throttle. But I never used the clutch. I always sometimes I would ride the brakes, but sometimes that's how you fucking do shit. Okay. Uh, and if I needed to go up, they're like, use the clutch. No, I don't want to accidentally let off the clutch while revving the piss out of this fucking thing. I put it in fucking neutral. Put it in neutral, floor it to get the hydraulics to move quickly, and then when you're ready to move, you fucking put it in gear, and then you're good to go. And then you can ride the brake if you need like some throttle, some RPM while you're moving, but you don't want to move too fast. Ride the fucking brake. I mean, that's what I fucking did. And I think, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm the best forklift operator on the goddamn planet. Okay? When I see those forklift competition videos, I say, you know what? They will never know who a fucking good forklift operator is, because I'm not there. I'm not at that event to compete. But I'm the best goddamn forklift operator this world has ever fucking seen, okay? I am the best. Not those fucking weird ones with the fucking weird pedals and shit, or the ones that, like the one we have at work right now. It doesn't have a brake. It has a clutch brake. But, I still manage. At least it's got the fucking stalk so I can go forward and reverse. It's a heister, okay? Not my favorite. I like the cats. I like the caterpillars. When I worked at the lumberyard out in the gravel lot, I had a it was a 14.5 or so, I don't know what the fuck it was. I didn't ever fucking look at it. I just said, I know that's a forklift and I know how to operate it. I didn't care what the fuck it was called. But it was a giant fucking forklift. I got a couple pictures I might put up. But it was a big fucking beast of a fucking forklift. And it was like my apartment in there. I almost lived in the motherfucker. I had everything I needed. I had a custom-made wooden box for my armrest. We had another forklift that I did like it, and it was like brand new when we got it, but it was finger controls. So there was no levers. It was all finger controls, but you can't be as precise with the finger controls because it's an electronic input. So it's like all or none. And you got to learn how to just bump it. And I think you could have it tuned to where it wouldn't move as fast or something. But it was it was a good forklift. I liked it. The one with that forklift though is the forks on that forklift, they were not attached at the bottom. So most forklifts, they're attached at the top, and then they have a track they slide on at the bottom. This one, well, even my other big ones, they were not attached at the bottom. So if you go all the way down and back up, your fork is going to point at the sky. You better speed up, fucking cars. I'm overweight over here. I'm overweight, buddies. Get the fuck out of the way. Um, yeah, so that was a totally different, and I prefer that because you can use that to your advantage at sometimes. But you gotta know where your shit's at. My forks were a little bit shorter than 4 foot, so if you're like, I don't know, I don't really want to get into all that because it's a long process for me to explain it. Because you know how I explain shit. I go on and on and on until you're like, all right, I get it. Jesus, shut the fuck up. Splitting like a bundle of 2x4s, with some of the forklifts that have like 4-foot forks, you can as long as you have like what we had was called a lumber buddy. That was the sticker on the side of it, but it's just a metal rack that has a backing to it. You can set a bundle on it. You can drive your forks into the bands that's got plastic or metal bands around the wood. You just jam your fork in there, because I sharpened the tips of my forks sometimes, and you could just cut the bands instead of getting off and getting your fucking uh, cutters out. You could just jam it with your fork real quick. I never get off my fucking forklift from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. I'm sitting on that fucking forklift. I ain't getting off for nothing. I take it to McDonald's drive-through. I sit there and I eat. You know, that was what I liked about it, being a forklift driver. I was like, all these other guys are hopping off to stack 3 boards onto their forks and everything. Not me, buddy. I'm fucking doing everything from the seat. I was a fucking master operator. I mean, I'm telling you guys, I'm the best fucking forklift operator in the goddamn world. Okay? I never have to get off my fucking seat. I could build a pallet of all kinds of shit. It's sitting on my fucking seat. I can grab 2 boards, 3 boards, and then they got those little slats in between them, so you got to watch out for those. But count down 5 rows and stab it, buddy. And you got yourself. You would have to get off to band up the material, because I couldn't run the banding machine from the fucking seat. You have to actually get down and but I was like a fucking cowboy with that fucking banding, the fucking wrap it around the fucking wood, tie it in there. Yeah. And we had electric ones, but we also had the old ones where they had like the little metal clips that you got to fucking crimp on there. And then we had metal banding, but the metal banding was mainly used over at the long stock yard, which was outside, and it was like tough shit, metal banding. And yeah, I mean, I was fucking good, buddy. I fucking loved doing that. It just really sucked because the management really fucked everybody around. They promised me raises that I never received, and they wanted me to keep working. And I said, no, you're going to give me the fucking raise or I'm gone. And they would not give me the raise. And so I left. And then I came back after the company got bought out by another company, and a lot of the management had retired. I left, and I went back, but as a driver, because I had a CDL by then. And yeah, driving was fine, but then the new management that showed up, it was fucking horrid. But man, I miss being a forklift operator full time, because that was some fun shit. And I'm not just running pallets in a warehouse, okay? I'm not running those stand-up forklift things. No, I'm on a real fucking forklift, okay? Amazon people out there, yeah, don't think you're hot shit, okay? You're not. Run a forklift at a lumber yard. Stay on that forklift and grab 7 pieces of fucking lumber on there. One of them's fucking broke. So you gotta fucking figure out how to get. And I'd stay on the forklift the whole fucking time, buddy. Yeah, I don't mess around. When I operate, I fucking operate. That's what kind of pissed me off about the excavator the other day. When I got on that, I was like, I know how to run this. And then somebody fucked with the controls and everything was inverted. And I'm like, God damn it, I don't know what the fuck. But I got everything done. And then whenever I was running the skid steer, I loved running that skid steer. But, I had other shit I had to go get taken care of. And when I get back, guess what? Fucking bullshit bitch boys on the fucking forklift or the skid steer won't fucking let me have it. Like, you fucking suck, you cocksucker. Give me the goddamn skid steer back. I'm running around looking, trying to sort up shit around the shop. It's like, no, I want the fucking forklift, bitch. The line out here is outrageous. This is a long fucking line at the landfill today. Not good. Not good at all. I gotta text my landfill buddy. Yeah, I had to text him real quick. Got him texted. Oh, buddy, this is gonna be a long sit, which is fine. I might be able to fucking make some goddamn sandwiches real quick. I got new bread. So I had sourdough, but I wasn't a big fan of the sourdough. Uh-oh. They got a fucking issue up here. Yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go for a little bit, but I'll be right back. Well, should have known this was gonna be a fucking ordeal over here. I was able to. So on a good note, I was able to make sandwiches, eat them, and my granola bars all while waiting in line. And then I get pulled up to the scale, which is good. But I hand her two papers, and it's one of them is for liquid, one of them is for dry. Super sacks of like some dry dust looking stuff. She's like, "What the hell is this?" And you know, if I was loaded the way I wanted to get loaded, it would have been simple. But right now, I've got 4 totes on the back, and then 1 tote next to 1 super sack. So, so what they're wanting me to do is come up here. I weigh in. I'm gonna dump all the liquid off, only the liquid. Close the truck up, drive back down to the scale, do a U-turn, reweigh, then drive up, dump off the solids or the dust or whatever, turn back around, come down here and weigh out. It's like, what the fuck? So not only am I reweighing, but I now have to reweigh fucking twice. It's just fucking bullshit. And the line is long as fuck. So hey, I mean, fuck. If the line is gonna take for fucking ever, the line is gonna take for fucking ever. I was worried because I was supposed to go to Tulsa today. I was gonna get plenty of hours. I was gonna run my hours out today. I was gonna get like 14 hours worth of work today. But they decided to take that shit away from me, which is bullshit. So, you know what? They're not getting away with this shit. I'm getting my fucking time in today. So, anyways, that's a little update. And the eclipse, I don't know. I think the eclipse is coming here within an hour. I don't know. Whenever it gets dark out, that'll be when it is. And but hey, guess what? And this is gonna come out after the eclipse and everything. I'm not gonna be a fucking queer and fucking take a picture or a video of the eclipse at all. I'm going to experience it if I experience it, and that's gonna be about it. Okay? Guess how many fucking queers are going to have their phones up to film it, thinking they're going to catch some fucking spectacular. No. Shut the fuck up. Somebody else has a better goddamn camera than you bitch. So put your goddamn phones down and just experience it. Why do we need a million fucking videos of the same shit? Okay? If you want to see a video, somebody else is going to have way better fucking video than you. Okay? The one that you take is not going to be anything special. So shut the fuck up, sit your ass down, and stare at the sun. Okay? And I weigh like 90,000. A little under 90. So it's a heavy load, but it's not, I mean, it's only a little over. But yeah, sit the fuck down and watch the eclipse, stare at the sun, okay? Wear some polarized sunglasses. You can stare right at it. But don't take a fucking video, you queef. And I'm sorry, because I know most of the people listening to this are going to be like, oh shit, I did take a picture and a video. Is he calling me a queer or a queef or a Quizno sub? I sure fucking am, okay? You know? Or like those, like, I don't know, not everybody's a fucking Instagram model, okay? I don't give a shit. Shit the fuck down. Don't take no pictures or videos. Watch, and then, you're going to see me post up something on my Facebook. Be like, eclipse. And I'm gonna show a picture. If I do that, it's gonna be one of my balls behind a fucking flashlight is what it's gonna be. I'm gonna put my balls behind a flashlight and take a picture of that. If I ever post any eclipse shit, it's the eclipse of my balls. So shut the fuck up. Nobody's special. Everybody's like, oh God, why are they telling us to fuel up our cars and have 3 weeks worth of food for the eclipse? What the fuck? Hey, the only fucking people saying that is you dumb bitch. Shut the fuck up. Like, I don't know. This eclipse thing is really giving me some, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. Pretty. I think a bunch of fucking queers. Whoa! Watch out, buddy. Damn. I almost got hit by his fucking dad. This dude's dad fucking ran into a light pole, crushed his square body, and almost backed into fucking me. Here we go. I was staring at him. If you take a picture of the eclipse, I wonder if you disappear after the eclipse. You should just disappear after the eclipse. Don't fucking take a goddamn picture. Just fucking watch it like a normal fucking person. Well, actually, the normal person's gonna have their phone out like a fucking queer. I ain't got nothing against the fucking gay community. I got people. I'm against people that are taking pictures and videos at like kids or just like a concert. They take a picture or a video of it. It's like, hey, what the or like fireworks. That's the worst fucking one. People are like, oh, look at the fireworks. Look at the fireworks. Look, I gotta take a fucking picture. Hey, bitch, shut the fuck up. You ain't getting no goddamn picture. Anyways, it's just funny. I'll be back. This can be cut up to fuck, but I'll be right back. Well, the first what the fuck? The first load went well, I guess. Oh man, just got a picture of my son and his graduation outfit. Man, it looks so good. Anyways, yeah. So the lady wants me to go back and reweigh now. Fine, I'll do it. So the issue I'm having is that none of the super sacks, the ones that I wasn't worried about, not one of them moved. So the totes, except for two of them were having some issues, even though they're on pallets and everything. It's not a solve all problem, right? But two of the totes got stuck. I was able to hop in there. Since the super sacks are not moving at all, like they're all staying right where the fuck they were, the totes, I was able to, because the lady wants me to only offload the totes over here in the liquid pit, go down there, reweigh, so then she can get a weigh out for the totes, and then I can go dump the dry product, and then reweigh out for that. Anyways, I think I've explained that like 4 times now. Luckily, all the dry products stayed right where it was, so getting just the totes off wasn't so bad. I got just the totes off. Wonderful. And I just had to break a sweat just a little bit, which I'm thinking on this next one I'm going to have to go take my shirt off and get down to my t-shirt because I'm wearing a long sleeve. My hoodie got all covered in shit, so I left my hoodie at home to be washed. And it was a little, not chilly I guess you could say it was chilly this morning. But man, I am not looking forward to the next part of this. All of these super sacks are staying right, and you would think they'd be able to push each other out, and maybe a couple of them would be stuck. No, every single one of these fucking super sacks is stuck in the fucking truck. I think the first row moved a little bit because I think one of the pallets fell over, which shouldn't be a big deal. I should just be able to turn the truck on. But I noticed I have a hydraulic leak in the middle of the trailer. So it's got 3 stages. It's got 3 different stages with the floor. On one stage, only a few of the tracks move, and then they stop at the end. And then the next tracks, they move, or they go all the way to the front of the trailer. They go in, the next stage goes in, the next stage goes in, and then all stages go out. And that's how you offload. And, yeah, you would think that it would fucking unload, but it's not. So I'm going to have to take this shirt off. I'm probably going to end up hopping in the back of the fucking truck. I'm going to try to get on try to get a really, as much of an incline as I can. So gravity might help me out. You know, it's less likely these are going to get pulled uphill if I'm, at a severe angle. Now, I was at a slight angle over there. It's just not enough, It's like what is flat? 0 degrees is flat. It's probably a 8-degree. 90 being 90. It's probably less than that. It's probably like a 5-degree incline right there. So, and funny enough, I am still overweight. So, even with unloading 5 totes at 2,500 pounds a piece, I'm guessing, because these ones were filled to the top. So, 2,500 times 5, it's 12,500 off. But I'm still overweight severely on my steers, or not my steers, my drives. But that's okay. I am at the landfill. Nobody can get me in trouble now. I just got to go down here, wait in a long fucking line. I don't know. We'll see together. Which I don't know. I really don't mind it today. It's okay. You got to complain to keep them thinking. But, in reality, hey, the longer this fucking takes, the better my day's going to be. Look at that hottie over there. Let's see. Is there a line? It'd be kind of funny if I go down there and it's nobody. There's nobody down there. There was a crazy long line earlier. I sat in for about 20 minutes, which I guess doesn't sound like a long time, but oh yeah, buddy. The line is almost down to the fucking road and more trucks coming in. So this should be interesting. Now my coworker, he was able to skip the line. I don't know how he did that. I've never been able to do that before. But he was able to skip the line to get a reway and leave. I've never been that lucky. Hey bitch, it's my fucking turn. He didn't want to let me out. Y'all get out of the fucking way. I'm bigger. Street sweeper. Alright. Yeah, I don't know what's going on over here. They got a lot of maintenance going on or something. I gotta go over here and do a UE and wait in line. Gotta complain though. Don't let them think you're okay with them getting away with some of this shit. Old buddy's in a. I gotta turn around. You want me to go down there and turn around? Okay. Alright. I gotta go all the way down here to do a UE. Oh, come on, buddy. Get the fucking shit out of my way. I'm trying to do a UE. Do not let me fucking lose that spot in line. You motherfuckers. Go, bitch. Jesus. You ain't cutting me, motherfucker. Oh, jeez. My shit's fucking rocking. Now I gotta, if this little pickup truck wasn't in the fucking way, I could continue my fucking turnaround. Come on, let's figure it out, folks. There we go. You're getting it figured out now. I ain't getting cut today. Alright, now I only have to wait on 3 trucks. shit. So the solar eclipse has not happened yet. Let me check and see what time. KC solar eclipse. 1:54. So less than an hour. Because it's 12:40. Oh well, I get so it's a little over an hour, and we will be witnessing the wonderful solar eclipse. The world will be a different place after the solar eclipse comes by. The solar eclipse will change everything. What if the solar eclipse hits and it just stays there? Wouldn't that be fucking crazy, y'all? Fuck it. It's like, oh shit, it's nighttime forever. No more sunlight. The earth has global cooling. Everybody's worried about global warming. Then now there's global cooling. Well, I guess it's just a very small in relation to the world. It's a very small section that would be in the shadows. But yeah, I don't know. Everybody's freaking. A lot of my algorithm's all fucked. So my algorithm is acting like everything's gonna fucking go crazy. They're like, oh, the birds are gonna come out and start fucking squalling and blah blah blah. And it's gonna fuck everything. Like what? If it's a cloudy day, it's not really much different. So we will see. I'm glad I was able to get on up here, not have to wait too much longer. But anyways, I'll give you guys another fucking update when time comes. I'm gonna try to hold off and just give you a once over at the end of the day. There's a lot of fucking podcasts I got to listen to, but I'm kind of trying to save up the podcasts for my long Tulsa drive on Wednesday. There will be some recordings, but it's gonna be a long drive. I'm gonna want to listen to the good ones, the good pods. While I'm driving. So I'm gonna pause here and I'll check back in with you. I'll give you guys a fucking end of the day speech. Because I did not think, I thought this job was gonna be like easy and quickly done. And it is severely changed. So I'll let you know. Well, it is not the end of the day. I'm still at the landfill. I just got some time here, so I decided to go ahead and record. Yeah, I reweighed, and then she was so nice. She said, "Hey, do you want me to just go ahead and use your tear on file?" I'm like, "That would be great." So that means I don't have to reweigh when I'm done here. All I got to do is get this shit off the fucking truck and then leave. So I made my fat ass come on down here to the bottom pit. Now I got some guys fucking looking at me. Anyways, I don't know. I might have to say something to somebody. Pull down here and the hydraulics are failing. I cannot get anything to move. I get in with the rock bar and everything. I wonder if he wants to talk. I don't. Nope. Get in with the rock bar. I can't get the pallets to do shit except for fall apart. So, and then the hydraulics just started quitting on me. They just started slowing down to a fucking crawl, like not even lower than a crawl. It was like super duper fucking slow. I'm gonna make sure this guy isn't coming to get me. Um, so I'm like, shit, I have no fucking option here. And then there's three tippers over here. Two of them are active actually. So I call my boss. He says, yeah, go ahead and try the tipper, but you know you got to be careful because that trailer is not made to be on the tipper because it's got very thin walls. So if you're dumping shit out of it, it could fucking poke holes in the wall, rip the walls out. You never know what the fuck it's gonna do. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll try it out. You know, eventually they told me go ahead and try it. So I get over there, I wait in line, I watch. I don't know. I guess an eclipse. I don't know. It just got slightly dark for a little while. Everything looked kind of like photogenic. You know, it was like really cool. Probably good pictures. Great lighting for pictures. That's all it did. Um, and then finally, it's my turn to pull up onto the tipper. I start pulling back there, and the guy's like, your trailer looks kind of long. I'm like, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I think it's normal sized. It's not 53 footer. I think it's a 48 footer. So yeah, it looks a little long, but we'll try it. I'm like, okay. So I pull up onto the tipper, and then he has got like a blocking plate. He's like, oh, yeah, we're gonna need to pull that blocking plate up. So he pulls the blocking plate up, and then I back onto the tipper again, and you know my landing gear was on the edge. Like it would have been fine. But he said, nope, it's too close to the edge. We're not going to even attempt it. I'm like, motherfucker. So he kicked me off the tipper, said, your trailer's too big. Can't do it. Pull off the tipper, and I called my boss. I'm like, hey, man, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do here, but my hydraulics ain't working. I asked the one of the guys here, I said, hey, man, can you dig me a hole so I can like drop my trailer down in a hole a little bit and gravity will kind of help me offload? He said, no, absolutely not. I'm like, motherfucker. He said, no, we're not doing that. He's like, because if I dig a hole, then what the fuck am I supposed to do after that? I'm like, I don't know. Fill it back in. Like, I don't know. Put more piles of trash on there and fucking pack it down. I don't know. Isn't all of this fucking land here for fucking on trash and dirt? You're saying digging a little hole is gonna fuck everything up out here? I don't think so. I'm all the way off to the edge. It's like I'm at the very edge, dude. I don't need a very big hole. I just need something. No, he was not willing to do it at all. So I called my boss and said, I don't know what my option is. One of my options is take this motherfucker back to the shop and use a forklift to offload the pallets and then reload them either sideways so I can use a pallet jack or put them on another trailer and a trailer that can go on the tipper, or I don't know, man, but it's something because right now I haven't done a fucking thing, dude, since yeah, I don't know, probably about 11:30. I haven't done shit because I don't know, man. So I've been sitting here fucking dealing with this shit. Yeah, I don't know, man. The hydraulics just started failing on me. So that was my one option, but then they decided they're like, "Hey, we're gonna go ahead and because we're working on the hydraulics on that tractor, is what the mechanics were doing for a while. And he said, yeah, I think there's still something fucked up with those hydraulics, so we're going to send you another tractor, just a tractor. And they wanted me to get the trailer hooked up to another tractor and try those hydraulics out. I said, I don't know, man, because I have so much weight stacked on the front end of this trailer that I'm kind of scared to drop the trailer, especially down here on the fucking dirt. I'm not, the landing gear will just sink. So I was like, I can pull up there onto the concrete, but even if I do that, it might fucking tip over. I said, but guess what? The hydraulic cables on that other tractor should be plenty long for him to pull up right beside me and use his hydraulics on my trailer and see if that will fucking dump. So that's our, and then he's gonna bring me another longer rock bar. And I don't know. And then I'm guessing he will help me. I fucking hope he will help me. Maybe two guys with two rock bars in there might be able to get these pallets to start fucking moving. I don't know. Now the only thing that I'm worried about is the first 4 pallets will fall off. Well, in this case, maybe 5 or 3. I don't know. The first few pallets are going to fall off, and then we have to move forward. Or have somebody here move the pallets out of the way. So I'm going to see if they will be willing to do that. If we can get somebody to grab this backhoe over here, and as soon as we dump out some pallets, if they can scoot them out of the way so I don't have to move this contraption that we're going to have hooked up forward 4 feet 8 times. This is a fucking nightmare. I'm ready for tomorrow because I will not be working tomorrow. I'm ready to be off of work already. This has been the worst Monday in a while. None of the Mondays have been great, but this is the worst one in a while right here. So I'm just going to sit here and wait for a guy to show up and help me move this shit. And I'm hoping that the guy here doesn't seem to be like the nicest fucking guy. So I'm hoping he doesn't start giving me shit and telling me to move. Hey, if you're not gonna fucking offload, move that shit out of the way. I'm like, alright, I'll pull it straight forward, but I got a guy coming. But they got a big dump area, and there are a lot of trucks pulling in here, but there's not too many. So I think I'll be all right. I'm off to the side. I'm out of the way. Not here to bother anybody. I'm just trying to get this fucking shit offloaded. It's gonna get me my hours. It's gonna get me my fucking hours that I'm gonna need. But it's also making me look like a fucking fool. That's the worst thing about it is they're gonna be like, man, every time we send him out on a job, shit's all fucked up. Yeah. Well, when you write down the wrong fucking address, when you fix the PTO and it doesn't fucking work, when you fix the fucking walking floor trailer and it doesn't fucking work, when you send me out whenever you know that totes aren't supposed to, the totes were the only thing good about it today. But, had I just let that fucking lady load it however she wanted to fucking load it, it would have been all fucked up. It would have been I'd still be up there trying to get these totes offloaded. So, I don't know, man. It's It's a rough day today. But it kind of eclipsed it. Now it's back to just normal. During the eclipse, it got down to 72 degrees. Guess what it is now? It's 73. So that's cool. It's almost 3 o'clock. The dump closes in 2 hours. So I'm hoping my fucking guy will get here and offload this shit. Or, I don't know, some of these guys might be able to somebody else think of another plan. I don't know. You still got trash in there, buddy? He's going to come around here and look. Just got a 20-yard dumpster. He's going to come around here and look and be like, oh, fuck, there's still trash in there. Well, you're not tipped all the way, buddy. You got to get tipped all the way. I mean, act like I'm looking at paperwork. He's like, oh, fuck. It's like, god damn it. Not all the trash came out. Oh, lordy. Like, oh, shit. All right, he's got a long stick. He's like, I'll fucking drag this shit out with a stick. At least I was able to eat lunch. I mean, if I wasn't able to eat lunch in line, at least I'm able to eat lunch right here. But I already ate, so I'm good. I'm out of bread. I ate all my snacks. I kind of got a leak. I might have to go find a porta potty. I think there's a couple right over there. Other than that, just kind of hanging out. Sorry. So I'll be back with you one of those fucking days. But I'm going the fuck home. It is 7:30, and I'm done. Okay, I am done today. So they sent me a reinforcement. His name is Nick. Uh, he's a good guy. I like him. He's a good worker. He likes to do things his way and not the easiest way. But that's fine. I mean, he was doing a good job. He was actually very, very helpful. I don't want to take that away from him. But once we get back to the shop, it was a different story. We got his hydraulics off of his tractor hooked up to my trailer while my tractor's still hooked up to it. So, but I was able to get another 6 super sacks off the truck. So we got those knocked off. That was just me because I went over to him. I was like, yeah, all right, man. Yeah, just turn on the PTO and come back here and help me get these fucking things out. He's like, I didn't bring my hard hat. I'm like, you didn't what? You didn't bring your hard hat? He's like, yeah, I forgot my hard hat. I'm like, how the fuck? How did you even get back here without the fucking hard hat? The lady will fucking scream at me until I go to the truck and physically grab my hard hat. Like, so I always have my hard hat and my vest, like, tucked away. Like, I don't wear it, but I bring it up to the desk, and I'm like, hey, look, I have my shit. Like, don't fucking yell at me, lady. Um, so anyways, I'm like, all right, well, did you get the new rock bar? He's like, yeah, and it's a brand new rock bar. So I grab that from him. I get the PTO hooked up, and I say, all right, well, just crank her the fuck up all the way, and don't stop unless you see me fucking hanging out the back of the truck, which wasn't a good idea to even say that, because if a pallet had fallen on me inside the trailer, oh, brother, I'd have been in there for 3 fucking hours. The dude just sat it's all he could do was sit in the truck, but we were there for 5 hours, by the way. It was not, it's not just 2 hours. So anyways, I go in the trailer, and I'm trying to figure out what I can do to get the fucking super sacks to fucking move. I've gotten all of them off except for the final 10. There are 10 more super sacks left on the fucking truck. And they are all piled up at the very front. If they moved at all, they moved further into the trailer. So they have made negative progress to get out of the fucking trailer. And I go over there and I'm doing everything I can fucking do. I'm pulling out all the fucking tricks. It's just me and my rock bar just trying to fucking survive. Can't get the shit out. And I wedged the rock bar up against the wall to where, like, this should work. Like, the way I have the rock bar up against the wall, kind of hooked in the track and hooked around the pallet of the fucking super sack, the super sack's laying on a pallet. But you know, the walking floor, you can't stop it. I mean, it's just going. Like, you'd have to have somebody right outside to be able to, like, control it. So it's just kind of like it's constantly moving, and I just wedged the fucking rock bar in there, and it and it bends the fucking rock bar. I should have grabbed a goddamn picture. I didn't. But the rock bar is bent at, like, I'd say the tail end of it, like the skinny end, is bent at like 45 degrees. I was like, oh shit, this shit ain't fucking moving. And it almost put a hole in the wall. I don't know. It was not good. Not good at all. So that's when I said, all right. I hop out and I go over to the dude that Nick sitting in the truck, and I'm like, hey man, look what I did. And he's like, oh shit, because he had just bought that rock bar. Apparently, earlier in the day before I left for my job, I was explaining to my boss that I don't have a rock bar and I'm going to need one. And the one that I do know of is the mechanic's rock bar, and the mechanic does not want me to let me have his rock bar. So somebody went out and bought brand new rock bar, and I bent the shit out of it. Like, it's bent the fuck, and it's not bent in like a good way. It's bent to where, like, because the other end that has like the pry part is square, and I bent it off at an angle, so it doesn't, like, it's not good. It rolls around when you step on. Like, I was trying to shove it down in there and pry it up and all kinds of stuff, and I couldn't. It was fucking bad. And I just said, all right. I showed him the rock bar. I was like, yeah, I'm having a fun time in here. And I just go back there and I just I'm basically just standing there like, is there anything else I can do? Like, I've tried it all. It's still not fucking moving. Oh, Jesus Christ. They said this exit was going to be closed on April 1st, April Fool's Day. April Fools, it's not closed. Now it's closed. It's closed now. So that's awesome. I'm not even sure why the fuck it's closed. That was my exit to go home. Can't even fuck. I don't know. I'm finding lots of shit to complain about today, and that's definitely one of them right there. Now I gotta ride the Paseo. What am I, Tech 9? I'm gonna go over here and ride the Paseo. So anyways, yeah, I'm just up there. I do climb up on top of them. My boss that's the only thing he could really suggest. He's like, so sometimes you can stand on the pallets, and since you're a big boy, I'm like, you call me fat? I'm over here doing fucking work, and you call me fat? He's like, you can just stand on like a corner of the pallet, and sometimes that'll help. I'm like, okay, I'll give it a go. And it didn't help. It didn't help at all. But I was able to climb up on there. So there's 10. There's a stack of 3, a stack of 3, and then a stack of 4. And the 4 is all the way at the front of the trailer. And I climb over them, and I've been fucking with the first stack of 3, couldn't get it. I started to fuck with the second stack of 3, didn't do anything. I go to the stack of 4, and I just kick that motherfucker over. It was already halfway fallen, but I just went ahead and knocked it over. So maybe like as the pallets move out, it will fall down and then it will compress and it will whatever these fucking pallets are stuck on, it will break loose from it. I got a story about that too. Hold on. And about the time I'm trying to get the second one kicked over, that's when dude started to worry about me. Don't tell me this one's fucking closed too. Don't tell me this is fucking closed. It's not. I just had to take a fucking, I don't know, probably 3-minute detour, but whatever. Still a fucking I would have been weighed the fuck down on the highway by now. He comes out and he's like, "Hey, you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, fucking over here." Just like laid out on top of these fucking super shacks, just hanging out. And he hops up in there and he's like, "Oh, I'll help you." I'm like, I thank you so much. You are my guardian angel. I just wish you could have came a little sooner. But all right. So even with him, me and him in there, both working together in unison, whatever the fuck that means, unison, unicycle, me and him working together on a unicycle. We can't get the fucking. It still has made absolutely zero fucking progress. And it is now 4:30 at the time we were at the dump, and I said, all right, dude, listen, I gotta get out of here. I need a fucking drink, and I need to call the boss. And we the landfill closes in half an hour. We are not going to get. We haven't gotten one of these off. We're not going to get 10 of them off in half an hour. So let's just fucking call it. He's like, well, let me still work on it. I'm like, all right, you fucking work on it, whatever. So I just get out, go to my truck, call the boss. I say, dude, it's not fucking happening. It's not happening. If you want it to happen, and I want it to happen, everybody wants it to happen, it ain't happening. You got two of us over there working on this, and I'm not cheating myself up here, but I'm not fucking weak. And I was putting all of what I had into fucking getting that shit out. I'm going to be very sore at Science City tomorrow. Okay? Yeah, not good. But I said, hey, buddy, we got to call it quits. But so the landfill, they already filled out and did my paperwork for the entire load because the liquid they make me reweigh, and it was also a split load, so they made me reweigh. But then on the second load of the dry stuff, they said, hey, you don't have to reweigh. We're just going to use your tear that's on file here. And I said, that's perfect. So I didn't get all the shit off. So if I had just left with the 10 pallets on there still, that would basically mean I just created these 10 super sacks out of thin air. So I had to go back down there and do the walk of shame up to the guy at the landfill. I thought it was going to be the lady. I'm glad it was not. But I go up to the guy. I'm like, hey, man, let me explain real quick. I've already weighed out for this load. This load is completed. But I was unable to get it all off. So I need you to reverse engineer your paperwork here and weigh me out at what I'm at now because I still have 10 fucking super sacks on the goddamn truck that will not come off. He's like, why won't they come off? I'm like, I can explain it to you, but I'd rather just not. Rather you just redo the paperwork and let me get on my merry way. It's 5 o'clock at that point in time. I finally get out of there, roll to the shop, and I call the other dude because my boss said, hey, you need to get those loaded off into a roll-off before you leave today so you can offload them tomorrow. I said, I ain't going to be here tomorrow. He's like, oh, fuck. I'm like, yeah, I know. Sorry about that. He's like, well, just still get them offloaded. I'm like, okay, we'll do it. We'll do it. There's no other fucking way to do it. This is the only way to do it. So we have a loading dock. It's a very awkward loading dock. It's only a single truck loading dock, but I don't know. It's a loading dock. It works. It's at the right height. The ground underneath it is fucking crooked, so it's kind of a pain in the ass, and the loading dock itself is fucking weird. I don't even know how to explain it. It's all fucked up. So that is a Dodge Charger limousine. I don't like it. Not a fan of that. But it is a Dodge Charger limousine. Okay, it's even got the vinyl on the rear. Fucking weird. Anyways, I call him and I say, "Hey man, you need to stay with me and help me get this shit offloaded. I'm gonna pull this truck up to the loading dock. If you will go get the forklift and then also go get the I was like, I'm gonna be at the fucking landfill still for a while. Let me rewind a little. I call him before I go to the scale house. I'm like, I'm gonna confuse the fuck out of the scale house people. So I need you to go get this shit ready, and I'll be there as soon as I fucking can. And then I, get over there, and he has not gotten the roll off. And he didn't do anything except for grab the skid steer, and he's sitting in it, and he ain't getting out. I'm like, fuck. I'd like to offload this shit, but okay. Whatever. And this fucking guy, let me just complain about this part of it, because he's like, I'm helping you. I'm like, hey, buddy, no, I'm over here fucking running back and forth from top of the loading dock down to the bottom of the loading dock. I had to go get the fucking roll off. I had to get the fucking trailer parked over here. I have to run from the bottom because I have to help you get the fucking pallets removed off of them before you put the super sacks in the fucking roll off. And then I got to run back up in here and run in there and help you get the other pallet fucking loaded up. And I don't fucking know, dude. This guy, so he'd grab one, it's a pallet with a super sack, and he'd roll it out there and he'd dump it in the roll off box. The pallet would get stuck on one of his forks, and he'd turn around and just twirl around till the thing was shredded or flew the fuck off. Now, I was running down there and picking up the pieces of the pallet that he was tearing the fuck up and throwing them in the dumpster, and then grabbing the bulk piece of the pallet and stacking the pallets off to the side. And even the ones that, like, he was able to just swing off the fucking skid steer, he would just swing it off and leave it in the middle of the ground. And as he's rolling by, he's like, hey, can you grab that? I'm like, hey, bitch! How about you fucking swing it off and drop it over there where the fucking pile of pallets is, instead of out there in the middle of the open where you're trying to fucking work. Make me run down there just to move this pallet out of the fucking way, just to run back into the fucking truck to make sure you don't fucking stab a super sack full of this shit, which he stabbed 3 or 4 of them and was just spreading whatever the fuck is in these fucking super sacks all over the fucking trailer, all over the ground. He hit the building twice with the skid steer. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. And he just kept doing it. I'm like, what the fuck ever. Whatever. And, it's probably a good idea. This is the same guy where I fucked up my finger because he was refusing to the roll-off box that he wanted me to come out and clean for him. This was now almost 2 weeks ago, I think. He wanted me to come wash out a roll-off box for him. And I said, hey, you need to drop the roll-off box on the ground so everything that we're doing here will be easier and safer. And he said, no, it's easier and just as safe if the roll-off box is loaded on top of the fucking truck. So the chains are in the way, and that's where I fucked up my fingers, because my finger got caught in the chain, and my hand is way over my head, and I've got to swing this chain back, like basically throw it right at my face, but it never hits my face. It swings up and it lands on top of the roll-off box, so you can shut the door, because if the chain is hanging down, it'll get sandwiched in between the door and the frame, and you can't get the fucking door shut. So if he was the one to put the roll-off box down on the ground, I lowered it all the way down to the ground for him and everything. If he would have done it, it would have been loaded on the truck still, and he'd been like, "Hey, can you lower that roll-off box? The skid steer doesn't go high enough." I'm like, "I know, you dumb mother! Get out of the skid steer, you stupid, ungrateful piece of shit, motherfucker! This is my goddamn job, okay? And you're fucking taking it. I get to run the goddamn skid steer. These motherfuckers, they have no idea. I have used a skid steer or a forklift or whatever, the minimum that I've ever used one. These guys have no fucking clue how good I am on these fucking pieces of equipment. They don't fucking know. And they will not. Everybody thinks they're better. So, but they have no clue. I'm the fucking best, you dumb sons of bitch. Let me run the goddamn skid steer and listen to music and blast the AC. Fucking AC/DC. Fucking rocking out in the skid steer. But I'm not going to stab a fucking super sack and spread this shit all over the fucking yard and tear up the fucking pallets and be like, "Oh, could you fucking grab that?" No, I'm in a skid steer with forks on it. I can get the pallet off and then scoop the pallet up and put the pallet where it goes without stepping out and without you having to do any extra fucking leg work. But no, that's not how today went at all. Anyways, and then he's like, "Hey, I'm fucking out of here," and he just fucking leaves, which is fine. There was nothing else to do. I said, I gotta get the guy that's taking over for me tomorrow, running up to Des Moines. I had to get his trailer hooked up because the truck and trailer, it needs to be that pair, and I was running that truck, so I needed to get the walking floor trailer unhooked and then hook it back up to the 53-foot dry van for him in the morning. I had to fuel up the truck because if you know, the fuck it, you will run out of fuel. If you don't top that off as much as you can possibly top it off, you will run out of fuel. But if you top it off all the fucking way, you'll be able to make it there and back, and the fuel light will come on when you're at the landfill, but no issue because you are right down the street from the shop. You won't run out of fuel. The light will come on, it'll go off, it'll come on, it'll go off, because you're going up and down hills and shit. So I had to get that, and I'm really worried because I don't know if that guy has ever moved axles on a trailer before, and it's imperative. That's a word. It is crucial. That's a word. That's a better, easier to understand word. It's crucial for that load to know how to move the fucking axles. So I'm gonna text him at some point, maybe tomorrow in the morning. I'm like, "Hey, do you need any help moving the axles?" Because right now they're all the way forward, and if he drives all the way to Des Moines tomorrow with those axles forward, he's gonna be squiggling like a snake all the way up I-35 to Des Moines because it's gonna be windy. It's gonna be a hard wind. He's gonna squiggle all the way up. So if he moves the axles all the way to the rear, which is fine, I mean, I prefer them halfway, but it's easier just to put them all the way at the very back, and you have a much more stable, you have more tongue weight, and it's an easier truck to drive straight for a long period of time without fucking bumping another car. And also where the truck and trailer is parked right now, if I don't know, I feel like if I call it right now without telling him, if I don't tell him, he is going to be pulling out and turn, but there's like 12 feet of tail swing on that fucking trailer. And he's going to fuck everything up. So it's really important that I tell him to, hey, pull out straight as long as you can fucking pull out. And go left. Don't try to go right. You will fuck up the brand new semi truck we got. If you turn left, you're gonna grab one of the parking jersey barriers and drag it across the fucking lot. You will have no idea you're doing it. So I don't know. I need to tell him before he fucks some shit up, and then somehow the blame will get turned back onto me. They're like, "Why did you leave the truck parked there?" It's a fucking parking spot, and let me tell you, that's not the fucking parking spot I wanted that fucking trailer in. That is the hardest parking spot to put a trailer and take one out of. I wanted it in the easiest spot, but somebody decided to take the shit into their own fucking hands and moved all the shit around that I had set up. Okay? Very upset about that. But I'm telling you, if I don't fucking do my due diligence, that's another fucking word. Write these down. Write these words down and fucking let me know all these fucking words. Because I'm using a lot of big ones today. Due diligence to let him know, don't fuck shit up, or shit will get fucked up, and then everybody's gonna point their finger at me. And then they're about, Kevin always fucks shit up. Look at him. He fucked up yesterday. He fucked up the other day with the toads with the ammonia shit. He fucked that, and then he wasn't even here, and he fucked shit up. But god damn it, you motherfuckers! I even swept the walking floor trailer out. That is more than anybody has ever fucking done for me. Is after you use a trailer, especially the walking floor that requires it to be swept to operate properly. If you don't sweep it out, it will not operate properly. It has to be completely clean and empty. I swept it out. I mean, obviously, I kind of had to. I left a giant fucking mess in there. Well, not me. Fucking Nick on the goddamn skid steer. Fucking Nick left a goddamn mess everywhere. He fucked a bunch of shit up. I swept it all out, and I even put it into an actual trash can. I didn't just sweep it out on the ground like everybody else would. I actually swept it into a trash can, and everything was good. So my theory, which is a hypothesis, an educated guess onto why the first 10 super sacks that were loaded onto the truck were not coming out, was the inexperienced forklift operator that did not know that side shift existed on the forklift until the very end when I told her. What she was doing, because I saw like everything was white powder. There was no other substance in or around the trailer at all. But there was a long black stripe, 2 of them, that lined up with forklift tires that went from the front all the way to the middle of the trailer. And I picked up some of it and I realized this is rubber. The lady was driving in straight in the middle of the trailer. She wanted to put the pallet to the right, so she would just turn to the right, drop it down, and then back out and then use the forks, but not side shifting. She would just nudge them. Now there are, it's basically like the grooves of the walking floor trailer are in a line from front to back. To slide something sideways across that is very difficult. And she was getting it done without side shift. So she was just burning rubber and nudging these pallets sideways. So my theory, educated hypothesis guess, is that the abundance of rubber and then pallets laid on top of the rubber was the culprit for why these pallets, 10 of them, were so fucking stuck. and there was nothing I could do to get them out. It's not even an educated guess. That's what the fuck happened, okay? A dumb bitch don't know how to side shift the goddamn forklift and fucked my entire day up, but I did get 12 hours. So that is a plus. I walked in today upset that I was only going to get 4 hours worth of work. And I tripled that, bitches. I tripled that. Double dog dare you. I double dogged on to fucking got the goddamn 12 fucking hours today. Hell yeah, brother. Taking tomorrow off. I need it off. It's been a long week. It's Monday. It's been a long week already. The fucking bullshit eclipse. What the fuck was that? Okay, they're like, it'll be 90% eclipse. Bitch, it got like studio lighting is all it happened. Looked all weird. I was looking around, I was like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, something's different, but I'm not sure what the fuck it is. Is the eclipse. And I told my wife, I called her, I said, I'm coming home. I don't want none of that fucking lip. Okay. Feet rub, back rub, suck my cock, shut the fuck up. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not that kind of guy. I just called her. I said, yeah, there was an eclipse. That's how it's kind of weird looking. And what I told her was, I ain't never working on any eclipse again. When there's an eclipse, bad shit happens. I don't know what happened 7 years ago, but I remember staring at the sun for an extended period of time, and it was a total eclipse. We were in the perfect spot for it. It went right through Kansas. It's perfect. But I bet you some bad shit happened that day. I bet if I had a podcast back then, y'all would have heard about it. I don't know. All I remember from that day was, oh, there's an eclipse. That's cool. That's today? What the fuck is going on? And then this year, I don't know, man. People are fucking. Why are they telling us we need to pack 3 weeks of food and fill up our cars and don't go out and lock your doors? What the hell is going on? Bitch, you're the only one saying that shit. I ain't never heard nobody else except for you fucking crying bullshit motherfuckers on Facebook and YouTube Reels talking about fucking bullshit happening with the goddamn eclipse. It was barely a fucking anything. Nothing. All right, watch. I haven't been on the internet at all today. Watch. I'm gonna get home and there's gonna be some fucking crazy shit that happened. At least that's what they're gonna fucking say. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe Russia did a nuke or something. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on today. Maybe Palestine gave up. The Ham people said we're Turkey people now, and they just all moved to Turkey. I don't know if that's good. I don't know anything about Turkey other than, oh no, baby squirrel got run over. The baby squirrel got run over. Not by me. It was already run over. I was like, is that a squirrel? It is a squirrel. Is it gonna run away? Is it gonna run away? Is it gonna run? Oh, I better swerve around it. It's dead. It's a dead fucking squirrel. Right in my neighborhood. How dare? Who the fuck hits a squirrel? Okay? What kind of bullshit motherfucker would ever do that? I bet you I've hit maybe two of them in my entire life. And those were like, there was no avoiding it. Because I always avoid it. There was one day I was driving on a back road. You know how they put like the tar over cracks and stuff? I thought I saw one and I didn't think anything of it, but I ran over it and bump, bump. And I look in my rear view mirror. It had to have been a fucking 7-foot black snake I ran over. He was just laid out completely straight, just like, oh god, the sun feels so fucking good today. Oh, it's been a long day. I found like 2 mice. It's been fucking awesome. Oh god, I should probably get boom boom, and he's dead. I don't know if he died, but he was. I mean, he was alive when I seen him because he was flying in the air, flopping, and it just gave me a foot. I was like, ugh, ugh, gave me a bad feeling. I was like, ooh, I was in a truck. I was in my 96 K 1500 flying down the back road. I ran it over and I was like, oh God, I got to change my underwear. I got to get these socks off of me. Everything feels gross. Somebody hosed me down. Ran over a snake and I felt, ugh, disgusted. It was fucking gross. I stepped on a snake once running through a trail when I was a kid. And that's the first time I had that feel. I was like, "Eee!" I saw a snake in my backyard when I was mowing. I almost ran his ass over. I said, "Get out of here, Garter. How about you fucking Garter on out over there up at the hill? Get the fuck out of my yard. I got my kids and my wife over there. If they see you, they will never come the fuck back in the backyard again. So get the fuck out of here." That's why I realized that now I need to mow from the house because in my backyard I mow. Well, my house faces uh east. So my backyard runs south, north, south. And I need to start at the back of the house and mow towards the wooded area. So if there are any snakes or anything, instead of mowing from the wooded area to the house, I would scare any snakes or creepy crawlers into the house. I need to scare them away from the house. So just mow that. I don't know. It's just there's something going on with my brain sometimes where I just think of a fucking a method to do some shit. I'm sitting in front of my house. They are screaming my name. I got to get the fuck off here. Keep all 18 down, you motherfuckers. I like you though. I'm not upset at you guys. You guys are great.